Hi, my name is Claudia Harrington, and today I want to tell you about the time I traveled out of state to see one of my favorite artists perform live. Music is an extremely important part of my life, which I'm sure many of you can relate to. I listen to music while driving, doing homework, cooking, doing chores, basically all day long. So back in February of 2023, when the band TXT announced their US leg of their tour, I was thrilled and determined to secure tickets. However, since TXT is a Korean-based group, they are not that popular in English-speaking countries, so the cities that they were touring here in the US were very limited. The closest city to me was Washington, D.C., so my sister, my cousin, and I all agreed that we would attempt to buy tickets for the DC show. Thankfully, we were able to secure them, and they actually came with soundcheck passes, which was a huge plus. Soundcheck is when the artists perform on stage before the actual concert begins, which is just to avoid any technological issues during the real show. And the audience is allowed to watch that process. So as the date to the concert crept closer, our excitement only grew. We purchased outfits that matched the color scheme and vibe of the album, and we also purchased light sticks that are sold by TXT that sync together during the concert and light up simultaneously to the different beats of the songs. But since Washington, D.C. was almost 3 hours away from my home in Philadelphia, we thought it'd be easier to book a hotel for 2 nights rather than traveling almost 6 hours in total in one day. So the day before the show, we left for D.C., and I was feeling very nervous since it was my first time driving such a long distance on the highway. And also during this time, my parents were not very pleased with my decision to go to this concert because I'd be staying in a city that I've never been to before, which also made them nervous. But we arrived safely and checked into the hotel, and that's when the excitement really started to hit us. We played their album on repeat all night long, and we watched videos from their previous shows, so we kind of knew what we were going to be expecting. The morning of the concert was a complete blur of getting ready and making posters and signs and listening to the album just to make sure we had all the songs down because they do sing in a different language, so it is a little tricky at times. And then we headed over to the venue and we waited outside where fans were handing out freebies, which are basically just small free gifts that relate to TXT, such as like photos, stickers, bracelets, anything of that sorts. And soundcheck was one of the best experiences of my life because one member of the group noticed our sign that had his name written on it, so he actually looked towards our direction and we totally freaked out. Once the actual concert began, I knew that it would be the best concert that I've ever witnessed. Not only were they extremely talented singers, but their dancing skills were mesmerizing. And also watching the light sticks blink in unison was such a beautiful and unique image. So this was very memorable to me because this experience forced me to come out of my comfort zone and make the long distance drive to Washington, D.C. And it also forced me to be independent because I had to purchase my own ticket and hotel room and navigate the city by myself. So I think it was definitely a moment of maturing. So that was my experience, and I hope you enjoyed it.